I got fluent in Italian insanely fast, and in this video I'm going to explain how to do it. Sono Mikel Hyperpolyglot e parlo 12 lingue, e a differenza di molti presunti esperti di lingue su YouTube che pubblicano un sacco di video, ma solo in inglese, io realizzo regolarmente video in molte lingue diverse. In questo video vi mostro come si ottengono davvero i risultati. I learned Italian when I was living in Berlin, working at the Spanish embassy. Yes, I used to have a serious job before I became a YouTuber. Everyone in my office was Spanish, and I didn't want to spend my free time outside work still speaking Spanish with colleagues. I hadn't moved to Berlin for that. So I started looking for events to meet new people, and I found a German-Italian language exchange. And I thought that Italian would be easy, since it's so close to Spanish. And the first time there, I understood a lot of what people were saying, but the moment I had to speak, I froze completely. Nothing came out. That's when I stopped playing around and I built the system I'm about to show you. And within weeks, I went from freezing up to holding full conversations in Italian. So here's what actually works. 3 things, done correctly, in the right order, and it's the exact same process every time, no matter which language. Step 1. Build your foundation with the highest frequency, most useful sentences. The sentences that you actually use all the time, in real conversations. You can use my app for this, Hyperlingua, link in the description. This is the first thing you should do, learn a lot of useful sentences. And the process is always the same. Just 3 things. Lots of repetition, lots of audio plus shadowing, and active recall. You listen to the sentences on repeat, until you know exactly what they sound like before you even hear them. And then you do shadowing with them, repeating out loud at the same time when you're listening to them. So you're training your mouth as well, not just your ears. And then, most importantly, you do active recall. You try to produce the sentence from memory, out loud, and then you check the answer. And this will be difficult, and you'll get it wrong. But getting it wrong and then seeing the right answer and trying again is when the memory actually sticks. If you're getting it right without effort, it means you already knew it, so you're not really learning much. You need to struggle and you need to make mistakes. And this brings me to step number 2. Because once the foundation is there, you build your own sentences, your language islands. Full sentences you'd actually say about your own life. What you talk about at work, what you'd say to friends if you had them, your hobbies, your opinions, the stories you tell. Basically, you talk about your life, you translate it into the target language, you create audio files and you learn them. This is much better than learning generic content. And instead of talking about random stuff, you prepare a specific block for every single topic you normally talk about and all the situations you find yourself in. You learn to talk about who you are, about what you do, why you're learning the language, a sentence block to talk about your work, another one to talk about the country and the language itself, why you're learning Italian, and you learn to tell some stories as well. And of course, you need a block of sentences for meeting people, both in your hometown and also when you visit the country. Paragraphs about your hobbies, your interests, everything you normally talk about. And you learn every single one of them. Always the same way. Lots of repetition, shadowing, and active recall. The same method as before, just personalized. And finally, step 3. Once you've learned enough basic sentences, and you've got your language islands, and you've learned them as well, you start practicing your speaking skills with AI. You speak to AI, you get corrected, and you turn the transcripts into more language islands. And every single time you try to say something and get corrected, you take the corrected sentences and turn them into more learning materials. And your mistakes become your next study material. So it's a system that feeds itself. Your language island list never stops growing. And that's the whole thing. 3 steps, nothing fancy. Simple and effective, as long as you do it consistently. It's always the same system. It doesn't matter if you're a complete beginner, an intermediate level learner, or at an advanced level. This will make you fluent. You basically get enough reps with the basic sentences, the high frequency sentences that you need to learn. Then you learn your language islands that you prepared. And then you do freestyle conversation with AI and turn the transcripts into more language islands to learn. It's really as simple as that. And you can start today. Link in the description.